Hey, you guys, welcome to the October 4th, 2015 Team Powered by Awesome team call. And I am so excited for everybody that can make it and everybody who can't make it. I'm excited for you to watch this and to just get set up for October. So to start with, I was hoping we could just, since we have so many new people and just lots of fresh faces, I'd love to just do introductions, just a little something about yourself and what your October goals are, as well as what your fears are for this for this month of October. And those of you who are watching the recording tomorrow or something, please feel free to also post those below once I post the recording. That way we still get your interaction and still have you a part of the team call. So that said, I'll do mine really quick, then I'll unmute the lines and you guys can all take turns with yours. So you guys probably know me, I'm Sarah. And a little about me, I, as of yesterday, have been 1 month as a full-time coach. I left my job a month ago and moved to a new town. And I have to tell you guys, I say this just because I can't believe it. It's amazing, truly amazing. I work my butt off, but I absolutely love it. And I had to make some changes in order to do this. I'm even living with my parents right now, but that's because this was really important to me, and it's worth every moment of it, even the 3 hours I spent power washing the deck today. So that said, my goals this month is I'm actually hoping to help at least 6 new people. I'd like to hit SC 15. I'm currently at 6, and have 6 new people added to the groups, including at least 3 new coaches. I'd like to keep growing our team because I think we're doing amazing things. And that said, that leads into my fear. And to be honest, it's leadership. I love being a leader. It's always something I've been strong at. But I don't know, with this team, it feels different because I don't feel like a leader. I feel like I'm a friend and I'm working in combination with you guys. And so Aubrey and I will probably share tonight both some of the mistakes we've made over the last 1.5 years of coaching. And my goal is to support and love on you, and yet to do my best to be totally vulnerable and honest and to kind of help you learn from some of our mistakes. So we were talking about that last night, and we made a lot of them. So that said, let me unmute the line so that you guys can all tell us a little bit about you. So whoever wants to start.
I will start. I'm Aubrey Albalos, and I am a Emerald coach. And what was the other thing? I'm a nurse at the VA. I just got off work. I'm driving home. I got 3 boys. They're 14, 11, and 6. And I have an awesome husband, Johnny. And yeah, I think that's all the basics.
What are your goals and fears this month?
Say that again?
What are your goals and your fears this month?
Oh, cut out. So my goals, I am planning to get to SC10. I think I have about 6 points lined up, but they're not confirmed yet, which is one thing that I have learned is to not count my chickens before they're hatched. So I'm working on that still. And one of, I'd say my biggest fear is I've been working really hard on becoming more consistent and becoming a leader of my own team as well. And so I am really wanting to be able to keep myself accountable and to show up for my team and to lead us to awesomeness. There.
That was good.
Love it.
Well, thanks.
I guess I'll go next. So I'm Angela Sackett, and I just started coaching a week ago, and I am now an Emerald. Woohoo!
Yay.
And yay! And let's see, I have a 17-year-old son, a 11-year-old daughter, and I have 2 stepdaughters that are 13 and 10, actually soon to be 11. And also I have a 14-month-old. And I know I've got a lot of kids. My goodness, I can't keep track. And I'm pregnant with our 5th girl. So I'm 31 weeks along as of, well, in a couple days.
Yay.
So
That's awesome.
yeah. So I was a respiratory therapist alongside Aubrey at the VA hospital for about 10 years, and got pregnant and decided that it was time to stay home. Well, financially, it's been pretty crazy. And so I kind of been looking around for businesses, and I've started a couple, and they just didn't seem like they worked. And then I remembered Beachbody again. I'm like, well, yeah, duh. That seems to be the way to go. And so I got a hold of Sarah again. I think this is how it happened. I don't know. This week has been so crazy. I don't remember how it all happened. It was kind of like a big whirlwind. And I just decided I was going to do this. So I dove head first, like I usually do in everything.
She started drinking the Kool-Aid again.
I did. And what's crazy is just last night or the night before, I was looking at my lab reports for my gestational diabetes and found out that I was positive with it. And I was like, oh man. But luckily I have made a change already, and I'm not worried about it. And so here's to a healthy pregnancy.
Yay.
It's me.
What are your goals and your fears this month?
My goal is also to get to SC10. I just signed one up today, and I have a few in the works. I've been working really hard on, and stubborn, I tell you. And it's just been a lot of talking back and forth, you know? And then my fears are, well, I've always had a fear of failure, so I don't want to fail. I was watching Raina Odell last night in my insomnia stage of pregnancy at 2 a.m. And she's pretty inspirational. I don't know how many people she has under her, but I think she had like 40 I counted today, she had like 46 Success Club members underneath her. So I'm like, I want to get there, and she's just done amazing things. So I'm trying to just take all I can in right now. I'm just knowledge hungry, and just kind of get it done.
Love it. Erin, how about you?
Hi, my name's Erin Bernardi. Yeah, I am single. No children. Goodness, what else right now? I'm currently unemployed, but I'm thinking about going back to school. So that's why becoming a coach was another good idea. You know, good to have available, a good opportunity for me at this time.
Yeah.
So that's about me. Okay, let's see. So my goals for this month of October are to learn more about the Beachbody business and like how to use it, how to do it, how to build it. And kind of my fears, actually, I have 2. One is organization. I'm horrible at organizing anything. And then another is, I don't know if you guys remember, about probably a month ago, I mentioned I have a sorority reunion in a couple weeks, and I'm kind of terrified for that, actually.
Oh, October 16th?
17th, unfortunately.
That's a day off. Okay. I do remember. And you'll be awesome. We'll get you there.
So, yeah, I'm just kind of nervous. I haven't seen these girls in like 10 years.
I'll have to admit,
or
I've
longer.
seen every reunion we've had, so I feel your pain.
Yes.
Okay. I will mute the lines really quick I just want to talk for like 10 minutes, going over some basics. And then Aubrey and I talked last night, so I'm going to have her follow up if I forgot anything. And then after that, I have an incentive, people, so I will be sharing that. So let me get the lines. Yes. Okay. So one of the things I wanted to focus on, as Aubrey and I were talking about, was keeping it simple. And this is not to crush anyone's creative spirit. It's not to tell anyone what to do or not to do, or to squash any ideas, but simply to help you guys, because when we first get started especially, I know how overwhelming this is. You have a bunch of people messaging you, you have all these groups you have to participate in, you have to try to learn. Somebody's asking me about Brazil butt lift and I've never done it, and what do I say? You know, you have orders that, you know, things happen and they don't go through right. So trust me, I've been there. And actually, I like to tell the story of Aubrey was my first customer and my first coach. And she let me make every mistake there is on her. And here she is, almost 2 years later, still alive. I haven't killed her yet, and still part of the business. So that's just proof that we can make mistakes, we can screw up. I'll be honest, you're going to. I still do all the time. And it's okay. It's just part of the business. And just tell people, especially when you're starting out, just say, you know what, I'm new to this. Let me find out for you, or, you know, give me a minute to get back to you, or even, do you mind if we call my coach? And know that three-way calls are super, super helpful. It actually helps people feel more important, because here they are getting to talk to someone they probably don't even know as a third party, who seems that much more, you know, caring by giving them time when they don't even know them. And I did that also with Aubrey. I had a three-way call with my coach Tanya and her when she was thinking about the business, because here I was, a brand new coach. I had no clue what to tell her. And so I called my coach three-way and she shared. So just know that whether it's a three-way call, whether you're going to Google more answers or text your coach, just don't hesitate to be asking questions, and know that you can't screw anything up that bad. You know, worst case scenario, we have to call Coach Relations and fix something. No problem. It is what it is. So don't stress that. So when I say keep it simple, those of you who are about to go through Coach Basics are going to hear this a lot. The 3 vital behaviors. And I've said it so many times, I'm going to have to keep saying it. That is the secret sauce to what we do. Because I've tried 20 other things, and I've spent a lot of time and energy. I've gotten discouraged and frustrated, and not that some of them aren't amazing ideas, but at least until we have the basics and we have, you know, our goal for the month locked in, we don't want to get going crazy on too many other things. And having been through this for a couple of years and watching my coach and our uplines try new things and see what works and doesn't, they kind of are the guinea pigs for us. They're the ones who vet a lot of these ideas and see what works and see what doesn't. And so then we get to take the tools that they've given us and make them our own, because the nicest thing about this business is it's duplicatable. And not only is that nice for us, but for anybody we bring in, we want them to feel the same way, that they can just take the systems that are in place and duplicate them. So in the team, I'm making it a big goal to have kind of the same thing as far as which weeks we do things in a month. The first Monday of every month is when a Coach Basics group will start. The first Monday of every month is when a specialty group will start. So right now that's 21 Day Fix. I'm not positive what it will be next month yet, but we'll figure that out. I'm going to be continuing. So the group we currently call Fall Into Fitness, I'm going to convert that to, you know, that is just a community. And it's an awesome community that is established with amazing people. So what I'm going to create there is I'm going to call it our fitness community. So that anybody who has either been through a challenge group, or it's someone new, but they have a program and they're just needing some place to start working and feeling comfortable, that's where they can go into. So say if somebody finishes the 21 Day Fix that we're about to start in October. And they don't want to do a new 21-day fix group where they go through all the basics again because they've got that and they're just continuing on with their lifestyle. So you can then plug them into our fitness community because that will be the place for them to continue with their management and their growth. They also, by doing that, are exposed to so many other programs because there's so many of us in those groups doing all different workouts. So it's just a phenomenal way to let people see everything going on. And there's going to be, exceptions at times, like the clean eating group that Tanya's running right now. That's a specialty group that she's doing that's been opened up to us. And that's for anybody who, say you've got a customer that was pregnant but wasn't able to do a workout right now and really wants to work on their health. You could, if they're drinking their Shakeology, they can be plugged into that group. Or I've got a number of people I'm talking to right now who, frankly, fitness scares them. It's a big step to get healthy. And it's hard for me to understand at times because I personally thrive on working out. But I know that's not the case for everybody. And so I want a safe place for them too. So we've got this fall clean eating focus group that we're putting them into. And one of the things with the groups that you need to know is these people signing up with you guys, they're signing up to be with you. Not me, not Tanya, not whoever else we have in the group, but with you. So you have to be careful how many groups you're putting people in the sense that each group you have people in, you have to be participating in too. So for some new coaches, that might mean they're most comfortable in one group. Say you chose the 21-day fix group, and that's totally fine. And that may be the only group you then want to invite to. Not a problem. Because you have to keep in mind, you're going to have that group, you're going to have your Coach Basics group, and possibly a third group, because some of you are going to be in the fall fitness group or whatever else. So that's fine. Some of you may feel that you have the time, the capacity, and the customers that are wanting the fix group, the fitness group, not them wanting all these, but you're going to have a variety of customers for the fix group, the fitness group, and a clean eating group, as well as Coach Basics for you. So just know that's 4 groups you've got to be, checking in on and doing some type of posting and contributing each day. So it's just, they're following you. And that said, if you start struggling and you're having a really hard time, reach out to your coach, because rather than you disappearing and these people being left high and dry saying, oh my gosh, what's going on? Where's my coach? And, now it's awkward. That way your coach can help out. So, I don't expect you to show up 7 days a week. I'm running the Coach Basics 5 days a week because you guys need days off. So don't feel like what I'm saying is 7 days a week, but it's that you're consistently showing up most days. That said, back to keeping it simple. Sorry. So approve the product. All of us are either doing workouts and or drinking our Shakeology. And that's being approved for the product as long as you're sharing that and living that. So I still struggle with nutrition. And I have to be really vulnerable and open about that because that's part of my story. And that's one of the things that helps connect people to me. Somebody who has no problem with nutrition and is a size 0 may not find I'm the right coach for them, and that's okay. But if I'm living out loud through my life and through social media with my personal Facebook page, and I use Instagram as well, I'm sharing the products, and I'm sharing that I'm proof that I'm not just selling something. You guys, I'm not a salesperson. I couldn't do it if I tried, but I really believe in these, and so I share about them. I also try, so I don't know if any of you guys saw my page yesterday, but it was, I went on this long bike ride with my dad, who's 71. I'm so stinking proud of him. I can't even stand it. We biked up the Mackenzie Pass for 32 miles and rocked it. I did a lot of posting yesterday, but I didn't say anything about Beachbody. And that's okay. That was me. And that's what I feel like I want you guys to know is nobody wants you to suddenly become only Beachbody. Just be sprinkling it in. Sharing it at least, once every other day, if not once a day, is totally fine. Just sharing a healthy eating tip, your favorite shake, just trying to think, Angela shared the other day about, she's pregnant and oh my gosh, she feels so amazing, has so much more energy because she's drinking her shakes again. Aubrey's always really good at her cooking and showing, her and Johnny love to cook together. And I'll never forget, she had a post, I think it was 2 weeks ago. They each did one dish. It was the same dish, but they garnished it differently. And it was not a contest, but they put up there, whose is better, A or B, and they didn't say which was which. So be interactive, be fun, but be sharing you and be sharing health and fitness so that people know that you're not eating McDonald's every day and trying to get them to go push play on P90X. That just wouldn't work. And also be vulnerable. And I have to say that's one of the hardest things for me, because when I'm struggling, I want to curl up in a hole. I am an outgoing introvert, and I learned that from Shailene Johnson. I thought I was an extrovert, but how I regenerate and give myself energy is to have some alone space. And so when I'm struggling, I have a hard time putting it out there. And yet, I think it's really important. When I struggled with depression earlier this year, that was me. And that was something that, because I've made the choice to live out loud, I felt it needed to be shared. And so I waited until I was ready, and I worked really hard on how I shared it, because I don't want to just, start cussing on my page and saying how I'm down and be a Debbie Downer. But I wanted to share with people that it's okay to struggle with depression, and it's okay to go through hard times, and there is hope, and nobody needs to feel alone. And that had nothing to do with Beachbody, and yet I can't tell you how many people have reached out to me because of that post, just to share that they're struggling, or to share how they got through something, or to share what it meant to them to know that they're not alone. And a gal that I have actually never spoken to, she's on my Facebook page, and I guess has been for some time, I actually sent her an invite to one of our groups last week. She responded and said, I'm not in a place to do that right now. I am having a severe struggle with depression. I'm seeking my doctor, and when I get to that place, I would like your help. She said, I remember your post earlier this year, and I know you've had that struggle too. That's why I feel comfortable telling you this. And that meant a lot to me. I mean, this is someone, I never connected with her. I don't actually know her. I didn't know, 6 months or whenever it was that I shared that post, that this had touched someone. But here I sent an invite, 6 months later, and I learned that she was able to share honestly with me because I had been honest on my page. And, who knows what would have happened, but had I not done that, she might have just ignored my invite and never said anything. But because I had put that out there, I feel like I now, in a week or two, I'll just check in and send her a message how she's doing. It has nothing to do with Beachbody. I just want her to be doing well and know that I'm thinking of her. So I think those things are important. Next, personal development. And I know so many people say that stuff is cheesy. I don't do self-help books. Me either. A year ago, not a chance. I'd never picked one up in my life. And I'm a psychology student, so you would have thought of all people I'd done them. I hadn't. I hated them. That said, now that I read them, I cannot get enough of them. And they have truly been part of the biggest change Beachbody has done for me. Know that there's a whole tab if you're in the Coach Online office to the far right that says success. I think it's the success or success something. And under there's a ton of free personal development. You can just click on it. Darren Hardy, I'm drawing a blank, Jim Rohn, John Maxwell, a lot of it's on there. There's going to be a lot, like if you guys like John Maxwell, he's all over YouTube for free. And podcasts. I personally, as a coach, to get a lot of ideas, there's a lot of coaches on there. Keith Callahan has an awesome podcast about coaching. Christine Dwyer has a great one. And Shailene Johnson, for anybody who wants to be an entrepreneur, into health and fitness, growing a business, her podcasts are phenomenal. And she has the Shailene Show as well as Build Your Tribe. And both of them, podcasts are totally free, you guys. And they're quick and easy. They're phenomenal. I highly recommend them. And also, especially in the Coach Basics, I'm going to be asking you guys, what is your personal development? And you're going to have to be honest, and you're going to have to tell me, because this is required. Please. It's a big deal. I'm not kidding. And if you come to your coach and you're struggling, your coach is probably going to say, so what are you reading right now or listening to? What's your personal development right now? Yeah, because that's part of how we get through this. Because I'll be honest, there's times as a coach it's not easy. And we need to be growing. If we're going to be leading others and helping others, we need to also be growing ourselves. So right now, my personal development is actually a totally personal one. It's Rising Strong by Brene Brown, and it's about vulnerability and kind of getting through some hard times. My next book is going to be, I love John Maxwell. He's one of my favorites. I'm going to be reading Developing the Leader Within You. For a lot of you, John Maxwell, the one that I started with, which is totally free on YouTube, is Failing Forward. Phenomenal book. Highly recommend that one. And yeah, I've got Listopedia. I love that. I totally geek out on it. So if you want any, just ask. And then lastly, inviting. And I know this is like the scariest part for so many people. And man, I was right there with you. I didn't do invites for like a long time. And then I would do 10 and I'd get totally nervous and I'd stop doing them again. And then I'd do like 5 more a month later. And I couldn't figure out why my business wasn't growing. But it's all about inviting people. I can't tell you, like, I just have so many fun conversations, and it's just started because I sent them an invite. And sometimes it becomes something and sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't really matter because it's just my way of opening a conversation and connecting with people. And I believe in this. Like, these programs, Shakeology has absolutely changed my health. And then Shailene Johnson right now, Shailene Extreme, I'm loving. So when I talk to people, I'm like, oh my gosh, you should totally try this program, da, da, da. And I can't help but share it. Like, I love it. When somebody talks about wanting to be able to run, T25 is one that I go to really quickly because it helps build endurance and speed. Who doesn't have 25 minutes a day? And then 21-Day Fix, such phenomenal, simple nutrition, 30-minute workouts. I truly believe, even though it's not where I always start, but it is one of the best programs for people to start with because it just breaks it down so simple, and then we can build from there so easily. So anyways, be inviting, and you don't only have to invite to our challenge groups. You can invite to the business. As you get started in this, if it's someone who you want to just share it with or somebody you know is struggling, so whether it's someone that you're like, oh my gosh, if I was building my perfect team, that would be them. I want that person with me. Tell them that. Like, literally say that. I had somebody from another company a month or 2 ago send me a message and approach me by sharing, hey, I've watched your Facebook page. I'd really like you on my team. She did something totally different. No, it was a competing product, but I didn't actually know what it was. Anyway, and she said she would really love to have me on her team. I have no interest in going anywhere else. But that said, I was flattered. Like, really? You want me? Wow, okay. No thanks, but you made my day. Like, that's what you're doing is you're flattering someone with the idea that you would want them on your team. Work with somebody who's struggling. You just know that somebody could use some extra money or use a self-esteem boost and connections with some other amazing people. Invite them to Super Saturday or invite them to our sneak peek group. Even though it's completed, I've still been adding people to it who are interested in the business, and they're able to go through, watch the videos, and get amazing, amazing tips. So invite to both. Invite to the challenge groups and invite to the business. Because in the end, you want a team too. I want this to not just be Team Powered by Awesome. I want each one of you guys to get to be leaders of your own teams and doing amazing things. So that said, let me double check my notes. Oh, follow up. If you send messages to people, so say you send an invite, hey, I've got a 21-Day Fix group, would you want to be a part of it? And you can see on Facebook, I don't know if it's, I love it, but I hate it. You can see that they read it and they don't respond. Don't be scared to follow up. I can't tell you, maybe it's just me, but I look at text messages, emails, or Facebook messages, and if I don't respond right away, I forget that they came. Like, totally forget it. Shiny object, and I'm moved on. So don't be scared to follow up with them, you guys. Seriously, it's no big deal. Just say, hey, I'm not sure if you got that last message, but we're getting started, and I would just love to have you in this group and follow up. Don't be scared of that. Or if somebody has, asked questions and then you've given them all the information, you've had conversation that kind of went dead, follow up, give them a day or two, and then just check in. Hey, I just want to check and see, I sent that information. Is this something you'd still be interested in? I would love to help you. Are there any other questions I could answer for you? Whatever it might be, just send a follow-up message. Okay. That was all on my list, so I'm going to unmute Aubrey first and make sure I didn't forget anything. Unmute. Okay, did I forget anything, Aubrey?
No. I think that the one thing that I would say is that for me, when I first started, there were a few things. I had to get to the point where I was really honest with myself of what I was doing, and whether or not what I was doing was actually helping grow my business. I'm pretty good about finding a lot of things that could be towards my business but aren't actually inviting, because that scares me, so I can find other things to do to keep myself busy. So really becoming honest with myself about how many invites I'm doing and conversations and follow-ups, that has really been a big game changer for me the last couple of months. The other thing that I think that I've really needed to keep myself on track is one of the key things for me is I have to take care of myself first. I have to focus on myself first, which is doing my workouts, eating right, which I struggle with all the time still, and my personal development. If I start like derailing on any of those, but especially my workouts, and my workouts are probably the biggest thing that keep me still refocused every single day. So when I start not working out, then I'm not thinking about eating right. And then I may or may not listen to personal development, but I might be feeling guilty about the fact that I didn't work out or didn't eat right. And so then I just kind of don't do any of it. And so, so I have to do that first, and I have to feel like I'm headed the right direction before then I can go and invite someone else to come along with me. You know what I mean? I would feel like a fake if I was so focused on my business that I wasn't actually taking care of myself. So those are the two things that kind of stick out for me the most.
Love it. That's very, very true. And Aubrey, actually, because she has been killing the invites lately, she has a tool that she's been using called the Power of 3. And those people in Coach Basics, she is going to be doing a training of some sort. She'll be uploading a document and doing a brief training, either by a post or by a short video on that. We're not sure if it'll be this coming week or the following, so probably the following. Yeah. But just know that'll be coming because she has been killing the invite. So that said, let me unmute everybody. Angela, do you have any questions or any inputs?
Oh, I have so many questions, but
well, go for it.
No, it's like I said, it's been a whirlwind this week. So yeah. I have I usually dive head first into things, and I lack the knowledge of it. So that's what I think I'm going to focus on this week more, is study, and just kind of learn the business more. So,
well, and invite. We're starting Coach Basics, so that'll give you a lot of that.
Will help. That will help. So I started running blindly. So, but I've done okay.
So that is good, because let me tell you, I spent forever just being like, well, I've never done this kind of business before. I need to learn more. I need to learn more. I need to learn more. And instead of inviting people and growing my business and being like, hey, I have no idea what I'm doing, but let's do it. I spent all this time like trying to learn things that then I wasn't implementing, So I think that learning about the business is awesome, but I would put it underneath doing my invites. I
Right.
really would. I would do my invites, my follow-ups, and then work on learning all the stuff you can about the business.
Well, and I think another struggle that I have too is I'm pregnant. So, and I have restrictions. And so I can't be doing those crazy workouts, those amazing workouts. I mean, I'm like, I can't wait to have this baby so I can start working out again, But it's hard to push working out and healthy living with somebody that you're not doing yourself right now, just working out wise. But, but I think about how I was 2 years ago. I was pretty fit. I was working out 4 or 5 days a week. I was eating really good. I watched everything that I ate, counted calories. I was going crazy with it, and now I look at myself and I'm just like, I'm hoping people remember who I was then instead of looking at who I am now being pregnant. And so I guess I'm having a hard time getting over that hurdle and how people are going to follow me. Oh, you're going to be my coach. I don't want it to hurt my feelings, it's like, so I'm trying to get past that, I guess. So I don't know how to do it.
It sounds like you're judging you, not necessarily anybody else has judged you.
That's probably true.
And I mean, I ran Tough Mudder with you. I know that you are an athlete. You are very strong. That's totally you. And whether it would be someone who had gotten off track, which that connects with a lot of people, or here you are pregnant, you've got a completely valid reason. That's your story. That's you. That doesn't take away from the fit and athletic person you are.
That's true.
Yeah. And the other thing too is that just because you can't do crazy intense workouts, doesn't mean you can't do anything, right? And I mean, unless you are on bed rest like you were before and stuff. But the other thing that you're doing really good is sharing about the nutrition, and nutrition is that's so much more than working out. It really is like that. Exactly. And working out is great and awesome and everything, but I think a lot of people really struggle with their food, and it's hard because you can't, if you're a drug addict, you're supposed to stop doing drugs. Right? But if you're having problems with food, you can't just stop eating. I mean, I guess you could get a feeding tube and do that, but that's gross. So, so I think that sharing that and really focusing on the nutrition part right now is something that people can really relate to still, even if you're not able to do the working out.
Sounds good.
Very true. Erin, how about you? Any questions, thoughts, anything?
Thoughts? Actually, I don't know how to send invites. Okay. Is that something that we're going to go over in the Coach Basics? Because I've never done that.
That's okay. I had never done it before Beachbody too. We are going to go over it in Coach Basics, but Aubrey also posted a Google Doc in Team 360 that is an example of, because Kelsey was asking the very same question. It's a perfect question.
Not in Team 360.
I'm sorry, Team Powered by Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. So there's a document that's an example of the invite she's been sending. I'm also happy I will make one as well. Or maybe I'll make a document in our team page or something. I'll make something where there's even more examples of invites, and how we actually send them is I send personal messages just like the one I sent you when we connected for the very first time. It was an invite. I was inviting you via a personal message to a group. So that's what we're referring to. So yeah, we'll give you some examples.
Okay, that actually is what's intimidating for me is the technology, because I'm not savvy at technology at all. I mean, like that email you sent out, the welcome to coaching email, I had to print it out and I typed it all.
Well, I have to tell you, I was so blown away by your response today. And that's what you did as far as typing it out. It was a PDF. There was nothing else you could have done. So that's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that was perfect. And I have to tell you, so I've been in the legal field forever. So I'm not tech savvy as far as computers, but I'm fairly type A, organized, scheduling, planning. I've got some of that stuff. But my coach, Tanya, I love her. This is not against her. She's the most scattered person ever. And technology is, let's just say she's really bad at it. It's not her strong suit in any way. And she's a six-figure earner. Like, you can be totally scattered. She uses pen and paper, and she handwrites lists and writes herself notes all the time. And she has a whiteboard that she uses as a calendar. Like, girl can barely figure out how to use her phone. So it's okay. And just ask for help when you need it. Like, just let me know. Just be like, Sarah, you're talking about XYZ. I can't figure out what the heck you are talking about. And you're on the Zoom call, which is more than some people have figured out how to do. So,
Okay.
yeah, you're doing amazing. Any other questions?
No, I'll wait until Coach Basics will probably bring up a lot more questions.
It should. I hope that would be the point for everybody starting. Like, yes, it gives you a lot of information. It's overwhelming, but some of the overwhelming part is that, yeah, suddenly then you have that many more questions because there's that many more things that come up. So hopefully it will bring up more questions. And don't be afraid to also YouTube. Get on YouTube, and put Beachbody and then whatever your question is. And there are so many videos out there from so many amazing coaches. I even do that all the time to learn things. I know Angela's been doing that and loving it. And I posted, in fact, it was all about invites. You might love this one. It's in our team page, Team Powered by Awesome. It is Raina Odell doing a team call for a friend who's another coach of mine. And she talks all about inviting and all about, okay, well, somebody says, I can't afford it, or I don't need another protein shake, or whatever it might be. And she goes through all of those and shares what she does. And she is amazing. So it would be a great call to watch.
Okay, yeah, I actually haven't watched that. Now, You said you can YouTube Beachbody and then whatever the question is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because there's so many coaches who put stuff in Beachbody, in YouTube. Angela, when you've been searching YouTube, how have you put it in? What are you?
I actually don't. I Google. I'm a Google queen.
Okay.
But the YouTubes do pop up. So whatever question you have, just Google it. It'll pop up whatever the answer is going to be, which is great.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of YouTube also. So.
Yeah, she fell in love with Raina Odell's videos.
I did. I stalked her. Don't tell her.
If you guys are in Nashville next year, you can meet her in person. She's pretty awesome. She's teeny tiny.
She is teeny tiny. She's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Anything else? No? Okay. So lastly, I want to put an incentive out there that I'm doing. I don't have the actual prizes decided yet, so I'll keep you posted on that. But October 17th is Super Saturday. Erin, I know that you have a prior engagement, so I apologize, and we'll figure out something special for you, so don't worry about that. But everybody else, Super Saturday is October 17th, and these events are phenomenal. I have friends coming that aren't even interested in coaching, but they just know that it's super positive, and there's usually a workout at the very end if anybody wants to, and it's just fun being surrounded by the energy. So I have posted everybody who's going to the Portland Super Saturday. I will repost the registration. As soon as you register, post below that you registered. Then, while you're at Super Saturday, take a selfie at Super Saturday and tag me so I can keep track of you, or tag your coach. and put something about being there and about how it's feeling or what you've learned or what you love, but do it while you're there. And then step 3 is we need to, as a team, everybody has to post what their takeaway was from Super Saturday, what they learned or what they felt or what hit them, whatever it might be, but post something. If you do all 3 of these things, I will have prizes for everybody. So I'll figure out what they are. I'm thinking it will either be a free personal development or, gift cards to Amazon or something, just because I think Amazon's amazing. So anyway, that is the incentive. Again, you have to register and post that you registered. Take a selfie and post the selfie on your page while you're there, tagging your coach so that we can keep track of this and posting something about it. And then posting a takeaway in the Team Powered by Awesome page from Super Saturday. And I'll create a post for everybody's takeaway so that you can post it under there. Otherwise, I'll lose track of everything. See, Erin, I'm not very organized either. And I will come up with prizes for everybody. So that said, we went a little over 40 minutes. I'm sorry. But thank you everybody who was able to join. And anybody who's watching this, I appreciate it. And please post any questions, thoughts, whatever it might be. And an introduction of yourself would be awesome under this recording. And everybody have a fabulous, fabulous evening.